think we're all struggling with this microphone thing today. It feels very weird, but is it working okay? Okay. I think the purpose is for our friends over in the other room. Yeah, so we have an overflow. I don't know if anyone's in there because we're not really full now, but I'm just gonna pretend they are. Okay. Exactly. Otherwise, it feels like we're just ignoring them, right? So hopefully they feel part of our room. We should all like turn around and say hi. We should all turn around and say hi. There's the camera up there. Hello, friends in 105. Oh, they like the mic. Okay, sweet. Okay, good. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to hear us. All right. So I'm Jackie from 2 hours ago. Hi, nice to meet you all. So I do academic advising here, as I described earlier, and I wonder if anyone feels called to share what they think that means. Because honestly, I have trouble sometimes describing what advisors do because I feel like we kind of do a little bit of everything. But does anyone know what we do? Yeah. My emphatic nodding says that's a heck yes. So for our friends over in 105, the answer was course, like issues with picking courses or anything to do with courses were a go-to for that. Any other ideas of what we do? Someone stole the answer over here, right? Yeah, go ahead. Or don't do. Yeah. So planning your education is a huge part of what we do. Why are we all here, right? You might be here thinking you're going to study one program. I feel like I overheard someone say biochem or biomed. Cool. But then you get into it and you might be like, actually, I love English. How can I combine both of them? Like make some really radical shift from science to art. We're here to have those conversations with you. Anyone want to throw one more thing out there before I blab about it? Yeah. Now I know in some. What am I going to do after this? Might that be more schooling? As I shared, that's my journey right now. It's been 10 years since my last master's degree, and I jumped right in last September, and I'm off on placement now. So 4 days a week I'm doing placement, 1 day I'm here doing something quite different. So yeah, like anything. So to me, what do advisors do is we are partners with you on your educational journey. We're here for the ups and we're here for the downs. And what I like to preach to students is build a connection with us early, because what's more important to me is that I'm there for you when things aren't so hot, because it's gonna happen, right? Like the roller coaster. Amanda, can you relate to this? Not to put you on the spot, but the roller coaster is real. And so while we're here to have conversations around like, am I on track for my degree? 100%. Let's do a degree check. We'll talk through all the rules with you because there's a lot of them. But what's more important is like, I'm having serious roommate issues, or like housing. I'm having trouble in my home and I can't focus on my school. Like, what do I do? So those bigger conversations, I preach a little bit or a lot that we're here for all of that. So some students like to sort of compare us to guidance counselors in high school, if that resonates with anyone. So your guidance counselor you would go visit to talk about things aren't going well for me at home and I can't focus here. Can I drop a course? Anything that you might be going through. We're often a one-stop shop. We're not counselors, but a lot of our conversations involve heavy stuff. And we're here to help you figure out, you got stuff going on in your life that's impacting your academics. What are your options? What do I do to get through this? What do I do? My parents sent me here to study. What? Anyone have an example? My family thinks I should study business. I'm going to pick on business. Do I have any business people in the room? No. Maybe? Oh, yeah. Oh, sorry, Amanda. So, my family thinks I'm here to study business. I take the first few weeks of courses and I fall in love with media studies. But I've got a lot of family pressure to be doing business because they think I'm going to take over the family business or whatever your story is. That's hard stuff to unpack. That's hard stuff to navigate. And we're happy to have those conversations with you. So, yes, a lot of what you're probably going to chat with us about in the next few weeks is, my schedule is a mess. I can't make it between class on time, or there's course conflicts, or my friend told me about this really cool course, but it's full. Yes, we're here for that. That's going to be a lot of our conversations in the first few weeks of class. But more importantly is using us as a touch point through your academic journey. We're here for the whole thing, no matter how long it takes. We're here for all of it. So I just want to preach that it's really important that you build a relationship with us so that you're comfortable, because it can be hard to like go talk to someone you don't know about stuff that's going on. So it's easier to start that early in your journey, is coming to chat with us. The nice thing about Trail, I think most of you are off-campus folks, maybe it's the same in the Zoom room over in 105. If you're off campus, like, come visit. You don't just have to be in res to be able to make use of all the services we have here and all the space that we have here. Because one of the things I love about Trail, I don't know if it's the same for you, Amanda, is it's this small community outside of the big one. I'm not pointing at you, sorry. I'm pointing through you. Boom. The big community up on Simon's campus, right? Like, Trail is really a little oasis with tons of awesome study space. It's typically quiet unless there's like events or parties going on, obviously. But it's a great little blip, a great little space. And part of what I love about it is that it's removed from what can be the chaos of main campus. So gentle encouragement for you off-campus folks. I think it's a great sign that you're all here today. I think this is the best turnout we've had so far for off-campus folks coming to orientation. So high five to all of you. Yeah, try to stay involved, especially in this land of COVID time. Like, it can be really isolating. If you're off campus in like renting a room with people you don't know, use this as like your home away from home. We're here to help support you in whatever you might need. And I think you'll feel that vibe from Trail if you haven't already. As I get talking, don't mind me adjusting this, like, fogging up the mask. Where's my glasses, friends? Just a few. Yeah, you feel the pain, right? So do people have a sense of what we do as advisors? Yeah? Was that it? Sort of? Okay. What I've got behind me is our website. So if you want to read more about what we do, it's up there. What I wanted to do is take you on a little tour of it and not spend a whole hour in here, because you guys have a lot of programming. Every year I'm looking at the schedule for orientation. I'm like, that's exhausting. I feel exhausted looking at all the things. So I'm not going to blab too much about our services. I think they sort of speak for themselves, but happy to answer questions when we're done. So on our website, I wanted to take you to the Meet with an Advisor page. Having a moment checking that we're screen sharing. So people in 105 should be able to see this. Can everyone see that text at the back, or is it too small? Good? Meh. With glasses? See, I can't even, mine's just fogging up. I can't even see. Okay, so how to connect with us. So I'm preaching a little bit about, like, come build a rapport with us, come chat with us. We're here to support you. But how do you do that? It would be a luxury if I could say, my door's wide open, pop in whenever. Sadly, not the case. The demand is really high. So we're typically quite booked up. So what we do to mitigate that, with September literally being the busiest time of the year, the first 2 weeks, we do 15-minute same-day appointments. So that's for urgent or time-sensitive things. So I'm taking you to the website. So A, I'm not just talking at you. And B, if you forget everything I say, maybe a visual will help, and you'll find the website later and you'll be able to look this up yourself. So for this week, so this is when we're starting our 15-minute same-day appointments. For this week, we're doing them in the mornings and afternoons. So literally all day, 15-minute same-day appointments. I think most of them will likely be remote. So We have a built-in video chat function in our booking system, or phone appointments. And the way to book it is right below is contacting the college office. So if you're all affiliated with Trail, then here's the number that you would phone the morning of to get booked in. Again, I'm literally reading the website. I'm not literally reading, I'm translating the website. So it's all on here. You don't have to worry about writing it down. You can just maybe put the link. So trentu.ca/advising, if that's helpful. So this week, all day, morning and afternoon, 15-minute same-day appointments. Next week, we call that like week 2 of the chaos, is we're doing 15-minute same-day appointments in the mornings only. So lots of availability this week and next week within all colleges. So I guess I didn't really explain that there's an advisor in each college. And then down here, you have Jamie and I, just because I'm sort of MIA for a few months. I'll be back full-time early December. So Jamie's going to be the person that you'll be meeting with in same-day appointments for the next few weeks. So first 2 weeks, it's only 15 minutes. It's for urgent stuff. Like if you want to talk about what's going on in the winter, that can wait. It's not super urgent. But if you have an issue with your courses now, that's what we want to see you for this week and next week. That makes sense? Okay, 15 minutes flies by. You can imagine. I've already been blabbing for 15 minutes. Boom, just like that. So once we get through the start of term chaos, then we shift to our regular schedule. What does that mean? Our regular schedule is we hold 30-minute bookable appointments. I'm going to do this the whole time. I'm so sorry. 30-minute bookable appointments. That's where we can get into things like planning. And it's not just like triage, something's really urgent, help me fix this problem. Let's have bigger conversations about now I'm a know it some. What am I going to do next, right? So bookable 30-minute appointments, you self-book those using our online booking system, which is, if you just scroll down, click on book an appointment, it'll take you there. So you can see our calendars 2 weeks in advance. So if you go log in today, you're not going to see anything. Why? Because we're doing same day 15-minute appointments for 2 weeks. So don't panic. She told me I could get a 30-minute appointment and I log in today and there's nothing. It's okay. As of September 20th, all these dates are on the website, but as of the 20th, you'll be able to get 30-minute appointments. And I think we're going to start opening them around the 7th. That's tomorrow. What day is it? I don't know. So as of tomorrow, appointments will start opening in the booking system for 2 weeks from then. And that's how it'll go the rest of the time. So we just hold the first 2 weeks in September and January where things are just so busy and we just need to deal with the volume. So that's the approach we use. Now, stuff's going to come up in term, right? It's inevitable. Stuff's going to come up and you're going to need help now. So what we do is at the bottom of this actual page, we have a regular schedule of 15-minute same-day appointments where we do it once in each college. So Monday to Thursday, there's a same-day appointment availability offered somewhere, not necessarily here, because we each sort of take shifts. So the schedule's on that page there. Monday's Zosky, Tuesday mornings, Otonabee. Trail is going to be Tuesday afternoon. So that's when our same day appointments will be for the rest of the term. Is that schedule making sense? First 2 weeks, 15-minute same day appointments. The rest of the semester, you can book full half-hour appointments for planning. The thing to sort of drill in is the same day appointments are just for urgent or time sensitive stuff. So if you need help, we're here. Come to a same day appointment or email one of us. You'll notice here there's language about drop-in. So we used to call these same day appointments drop-in, and it just takes a little bit of time to update the website. So don't be confused when you go and look and see that language of drop-in. It's the same thing. And this doesn't apply to you, but we're doing degree checks. So when students want to know, help me figure out what's left for my degree, how long is it going to take me? We call that a degree check, which is where we work with students and go through the academic calendar, which is the big book of rules, and we map out like, here's what you've done, here's what's left. But if you're all new with no transfer credits or a few transfer credits, the plan is long, right? So this isn't something for you to worry about now, but we're doing this for students that are at the end of their degree and need to get in quick to talk with us. So we've tried to come up with different ways of making ourselves accessible for students depending on what the issue or the concern is. If it's something time sensitive, if it's like longer term planning or degree checks, which are a big part of what we do. Has anyone heard of the academic calendar yet? Yes, where someone's tone was like, yeah. Is that how you feel about it? Meh. Okay, I'm glad to see all the nods. It can be a bit of a beast, but it's your guide. And what I tell students is it's literally why I have a job. In many ways, it really is, right? So as advisors, I think it was the first person at the back who answered my question about what do advisors do. A lot of it is helping students navigate this beast of a PDF. It's 570 pages, and it's our job to know it all for the most part. I mean, I can recite some stuff to you verbatim, but not all of it. That's a lot. So what I suggest to students as they're adjusting to university life is to make this a little less daunting, to go to the table of contents, pick your program. So does anyone want to give me an example of a program they're in or thinking about? Yeah. Ancient Greek and Roman studies, way at the top. So I find it less daunting if you just focus on your section. What's your section? I get that that's a loaded question though, because you might not feel like you have a section yet. You might be sitting here thinking, I don't know what I'm doing. She's doing ancient Greek and Roman studies. I don't know. I'm still shopping. That's the purpose of first year for most programs, aside for things like nursing, kinesiology. There's more. Some of the more professional programs. Everything else, we want you to shop around in first year. If you come in thinking you're going to do business, cool, do some business courses and then take ancient Greek and Roman studies or anything else that you're interested in, because now is the time where you can change your mind really easily. I don't know if you felt it yet because it's really early, but things at Trent, it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. We're pretty chill. I mean, there's this big beast of rules, yes, but at the same time, we're pretty chill in terms of your degree is customizable. It's our job to help you figure out, okay, here's the pieces I want to hit with my degree. How do I put all those puzzle pieces together? That can be really tough when you're sitting with this big beast of a PDF. So preaching a little bit again about the calendar, because it is the most important document to help you get through your time here in terms of making sure you meet all the rules. And that's what we're here to help you navigate as well. So if you have any questions about it, like read it yourself, your section, compartmentalize it in whatever way feels more manageable to you. Bring any questions to us, because there's a lot of stuff that we'll go through with you in doing a degree check. We'll basically like go through all the program rules, all the university rules with you, and it'll drill it in your mind. And then it'll be way less daunting and way less confusing. That's my little spiel for the calendar. Again, I don't want to overwhelm you. If I am, you can totally tell me. Be like, this is too much. One other place I wanted to show you on our website is our online resources section. Has anyone visited this? No? Yeah, maybe. Okay. I won't put you on the spot asking where you were, but I'm going to show you a few places that I think are really helpful, especially for new first year students. So this link over here, first year courses for each major. Hopefully you're all registered in classes, but it's possible that some of you aren't. And again, not putting anyone on the spot to announce, I'm not registered for anything. I'm just putting this out there. In case you're not registered for anything, it's time to do that. And if you're lost with where to start, what we've done is we've created this page that has every possible program. So these are all of our undergraduate programs on here. And what you'll do is, let's say you want to do don't know, I'm not thinking of good examples. We did ancient history, we did business, gender and social justice. What's required for a gender and social justice degree? These two courses, GESO 1001H and 1002H. Do we know about course codes? Is it helpful if I break that down? No, you're all nodding, you know it. Does anyone want me to break that down? Are you good? Yeah, break it down. Okay. Okay. So course codes, pretty self-explanatory, but it helps to have a little walkthrough. So these first four letters, GESO, represent the department name. So GESO, Gender and Social Justice. The numbers, so 1001, I don't have a story for why it's 1001 and not 1010, 1100. There's no real story there. That's an arbitrary a number, but the H at the end of it is key. So does anyone know what the H means? Yeah. Yes, half-year course. So H means it's worth half a credit. It runs for one semester. Can I think of a department that has a full year course? History has one 1500Y 10 days that shook the world. It's not on this list because it's not required. History, you just take whatever first year courses you want. But if there's a course that runs the full year, it'll end with a Y. So H is a one semester course. Y means it's a full year course. Does that make sense? And then the letters before represent the department. So Chem, CHEM. I often talk in the course code, like admin, ADMN is how I'll refer to business. Instead of saying business admin, I just say the course code for some reason. You just get used to it. It's kind of like learning a new language is what I tell students when they're struggling with the academic calendar. It's like, be patient. It's kind of like learning a new language, especially when it comes to course codes. Yeah.
I have a course that has an H and then an E after it. It's for the bachelor of education. Probably.
Oh, are you in the BEd program? Oh, so you've already got an undergrad degree. Oh, yeah, they're H and then an E. No, we wouldn't have that. The way we would have it on the timetable is we'd have 1001H hyphen F03, which means F stands for fall, 03 stands for the section. So it's like the third seminar on the list. We don't have any involvement with the ed programs. That's why I'm like, I can't even tell you what the E means. I don't know. Yeah, so okay, you know what I should have said? Academic advisors deal with undergrad programs at Trent. Technically, is it okay if I single you out? Because we're just having this conversation in a group. So technically, this student's doing a Bachelor of Education, which means that they've already done their undergrad degree in, do you feel like sharing? In psych. So they've done an undergrad degree in psych, wherever, could have been here, could have been somewhere else. And now they're doing a BEd degree. So for you, your go-to is going to be your home department. Once we get out of undergraduate programs, so our expertise is that academic calendar, right? All the programs in there. The BEd program is in there, but it's its own entity. And grad programs are its own entity as well. So master's, PhD. For the rest of you, that's a long ways away. You're a bit closer if you've already got your undergrad degree in psych, though. Does that make sense? So for you, you want to reach out to the department. It's kind of like nursing. If anyone here is in nursing, we do advise on nursing. We're generalists, but nursing as a professional degree, they've got their own accreditation standards and they have their own support staff. So they've got someone that does admissions. Lots of students apply to nursing, don't get in their first round, and they come here as honors science students and take like bio or chem or English even, believe it or not, and then apply to transfer in. So they have their own staff member who can answer admissions questions, and they have a department advisor. So I don't know if anyone's in nursing, but I was just using that as another example. Does that make sense? So like, nice to meet you, but probably we'll never chat with you. That's okay. It's good. It's good to get involved though, and to get a sense of, if you're a trail student, you're getting to meet people here. I'm happy to have conversations with you, but I'm no expert on the BEd program. You're welcome. Okay, so I feel like I'm at the point where I've got through what I wanted to get to. I guess one last piece, again, not outing anyone who may not be registered in courses, but I'm picking on you a little bit because I want to make sure you're okay. So if you're struggling with what you need, again, this first year courses for each major page is a good place to start instead of jumping right into the calendar. We try to take baby steps with taking you into the calendar. So like start here. And then these two buttons here, course registration support and video tutorials, are two other ones that I would just keep at the top of your mind. The video tutorials, we've created these 5-ish minute videos that walk you through. Scrolling is a challenge. Why? There we go. That walk you through some important aspects of course selection and registration. So the academic calendar, everyone's favorite book. Then there's the academic timetable, which is the thing that shows you when your classes are, which classes are running. This is where you'd see those course codes like 1001H-F04. You'd see that on the timetable, especially in COVID time. The timetable is really important because in the instructions column is where it tells you what's going on. Is this in person? Is this hybrid? Is it a mix of things? Is it fully online? Is it remote? Is it synchronous, asynchronous? So many options. So the timetable is something you'll want to be really familiar with. And then we get into course registration stuff. So how do I register for courses and Visual Schedule Builder? Out of curiosity, how many of you used VSB, Visual Schedule Builder? Yeah, okay, a lot, a lot. And I bet if there's people over in Scott House, I bet most of them raise their hands too, or raise them silently because I'm not actually in the room with them. Visual Schedule Builder is the best way to go about making your schedule. So the timetable is helpful and it has useful information in that instructions column that you won't get in VSB, but VSB is where you can see your schedule. Okay, Monday to Friday, where am I and when? And are there course conflicts? And if so, how do I sort that out? Schedule Builder is a really good, a good thing for you to use every year when it comes to course registration. The last piece, support. The name of today, I'm hoping, is cultivating a sense of community, even though Dr. Eamon, I know, said that's an overused term. I really like the term community to represent what we've got here within the colleges. Fostering a sense of community and support. You're all embarking on a really new and exciting, but maybe terrifying adventure. And we're here to help support you every step of the way. No matter what the concern is, there's someone that's there to help support you. So when it comes to course registration, what we've done is we've created Zoom rooms. Amanda, I think, has helped out with some of them. So we're running these Zoom rooms where you can just log in. You just click any of these links. You log in, someone's there to help you troubleshoot. So if you're still shopping around for your fall courses and you want to make some changes and you run into any issues, this is a good first place to start. Has anyone made use of the Zoom rooms? No, that's okay. You did it all by yourself. Or if you're not yet registered, you're going to use the Zoom room later today, maybe. So the Zoom rooms were running until September 23rd, which is the last day you can add fall courses. So lots of different supports and resources that you can find on the website. That's your little tour. Does anyone have questions about any of this or anything else? Yeah. Yeah, what's the deal with waitlist? For the people in 105, the question was about waitlist. What does that mean? What do I do about it? So waitlist, take a deep breath before I answer the question. If a section of a course is full, sometimes waitlists are open, which means the room size can only hold 20 and 20 students have registered. So, but there's more than 20 who are interested. So add yourself to the wait list. And if a space becomes available, you'll get an email and then you can add yourself to the course. This gets complicated though, if you need that class. Like, is that class required or is it an elective? I would say if it's a required course, I would want to look at the timetable. Do you remember the timetable? Do you remember the timetable? As I nod. What a leading question. So the academic timetable will be the place to check to see, are there any other sections of that course that have room? Because magically it happens all summer. Courses fill up real quick when course registration opens. It's like the systems crash. Everyone's home, wherever home is, trying to register, and things fill up, and then they change their mind or they register in too many things. So inevitably some students will be dropping courses still. So if the course, the waitlisted section you need, so if the waitlisted course is required, I would check the timetable fairly regularly to see if there's a different section that has room. If it's an elective, I would do the same thing, like look at the timetable to see maybe F06 has space and you could switch. If it's an elective though, you might want to think of something to fill in the space. Just because with classes starting Thursday, now's the time where you really want to get your schedule nailed down. If you ever run into a situation where a required course is full and it's absolutely required, you want to reach out to the department directly. You'll be reaching out to the department for sure. But some students come and chat with us about courses that are full. And our answer to like, what do I do about it really depends on, is that a required course? Is it an elective? If it's required, we got to get you in somehow. And it's the department that really that has the power to help with that. Does that answer your question? So what do? You're waiting. You're waiting, but I would suggest you look at the timetable to see if another section has room. Does that help? Okay, no problem. Any other questions? Yeah.
So when I got here, I parked in the lot in front of Wallace Hall.
Okay.
I got a parking permit on the website.
Yeah.
I think it just gives me parking for campus or here at the Oshawa, the Oshawa campus. But is there a specific parking permit that if I want to take park here and then go to Scott Hall?
Well, with Scott House is right there. Do you mean if you want to park here and go to Simon's campus?
No, like if I just want to park here and go to Scott House, like go to their study or something. Would I need a separate parking pass for here, or would my campus one work?
Okay, so for the 105 friends, if you're still over there, there's a question about parking and parking passes. So parking, like on the Trent parking site, there's the trail specific one. Did you get that one?
No.
Okay, let me show you. I love this question because it's a perfect example of advising. It's not about courses, right? It's like, what do? We get like random questions, and then we're here to help figure that out with you. Like parking, what's going on with parking? So parking a trail, there's like on-street parking, and then there's the parking lots. Monday, parking lots. That was a challenge. Okay, so this one here is the one you'd need to be able to park at Trail and Simon's campus. If people buy just the Simon's campus parking, it doesn't recognize you down here. Does that make sense? It does.
Does it also
Do you want to
count
stop
for
recording?
the Oshawa campus?
No, that's a whole other thing. Okay, I used to work at Durham. It's been like 4 years, but back then